Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are shortbread brown sugar cookies. It's a relatively easy recipe, and I like easy recipes, but I also want the cookies to taste good. And this particular cookie recipe, I think the cookies are delicious once they're baked up. So let's get started. I'm going to use my stand-up mixer, but of course you can use your hand mixer if you prefer. We're going to go in a little bit different order. Instead of creaming the butter, as so many of us are used to, we're going to just kind of reverse the order. We're going to put in 1 cup of brown sugar, and I just want to break it up a little bit here, and put that into my mixer. Make sure that brown sugar is all broken up. All right, and we're going to be putting in butter. So you're going to be using 1 1/4 cups of butter, and I've had it at room temperature. I've cut it into small pieces because I think it, it creams a lot faster that way, and it's quicker. Throw all that butter in. And now I am going to raise my speed, so I want to warn you about the sound. Okay, now take your time, of course, with that. I went to medium to high right away to move it along for the video, but you really want to spend a few minutes on medium and make sure that it's well blended, mixed, and very fluffy. Okay, the next thing we're going to be putting in is a teaspoon of vanilla into that mixture, and we're also going to be putting in an egg yolk. Okay, you do want to separate, of course, the egg, so the white is not here, just the yolk, 1 yolk. And I'm going to bring this all together till it's smooth. Now, before I do that, I want to make sure that the sides here, as well as the bottoms, all going to come together, because it has a tendency to stick. So we'll beat it a little bit longer. This also, wait till it's really combined well, and that shouldn't take you, a few minutes or so. I'm also going to warn you about the sound. Okay. And this is what it will look like, okay, once that you bring everything together. And the last thing, of course, that you're going to put in is flour. And you're going to put 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to put a little bit at a time till it forms a cookie dough. And I'm going to raise my speed slowly so that the flour doesn't go all over the kitchen. So we'll put a little bit more in. And we're going to just stop the mixer just for a quick sec here and be mindful of those sides. Okay. And it is starting to form that cookie ball. We're going to put some more flour in and continue to bring it all together. I'm going to raise my speed, so I'll warn you about the sound again. I'm going to put the rest of the flour in, and now I'll bring it all together. Once again, warning you about the sound going up. my paddle off here. Take off my excess here as best as I can. Okay. And we'll set that aside for the moment. And then I'm just going to make sure that everything's come together using my spatula here. And getting to the bottom is what you really want to make sure that you get everything combined. Cleaning up the sides of that mixing bowl. And again, I just want to make sure that everything's combined, so I'm going to just take that excess off my spatula there. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Let me show you what I've got here. Okay, so there you got your cookie dough. All right. Now, of course, you're going to need a cookie sheet or pan. I'm going to rinse my hands quickly here. So you don't have to grease it or spray it. If you want to go ahead and use your parchment paper, of course, feel free. And I'm using my small scoop. Now you do want to set them at least a couple inches apart because they will spread. They don't spread too much, but they will spread. Okay. Now you're going to bake these cookies at 350 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So I like to start watching mine within that 8 minutes or so, because as we realize, all ovens set up so differently. Okay. And I get, on this size, using this scoop, I get 30 cookies out of this recipe at this size, okay? But once again, 350 preheated oven, 10 to 15 minutes. When they do come out, of course, place them on a cooling rack. I want to show you what they do look like once they're baked up. And this is how they're going to turn out. Now, what you can also do, and it's totally optional, is you can either dip them in chocolate, or you can just, as I put a glaze over it, or striped, whatever you want to call it. And I used just, you know, a half a cup of chocolate chips in a bowl, with a little less than a tablespoon of shortening, and I put it in the microwave till it was melted, and then I drizzled it over the cookies, and then some I just dipped them in the chocolate.